The girl in front of me is a nanny I hired for 6,000 yuan a month. She has worked diligently in my home for 5 years, and in all that time, she never once asked for a raise. Today, I withdrew 100,000 yuan to give to her as a bonus for all her years of hard work. My ex-wife passed away 5 years ago. I've spent 5 years getting to know her. I've developed feelings for her, and if she agrees to be with me today, we could start a life together. Xiao Yu.
Boss, you're back.
Stop what you're doing, sit down, just stop for a moment.
Boss, just tell me what's wrong. Have I not been doing something well around the house lately?
No, I'm just back from abroad. I just happened to come home to check on things. Go ahead and sit, it's fine.
Okay, boss.
Right, Xiao Yu, you've been working for me for 5 years now, right?
Yes, that's right.
Take this money.
Boss, I can't accept this money. Besides, you've always paid my monthly salary on time. What is this money for? Look, I haven't given you a raise in 5 years, and you've never once asked me for a bonus. You've taken such great care of my house and my children. This money includes your salary and a bonus for all your years of service. Boss, I really can't take this money. When I first graduated and was looking for work, companies didn't want to hire me because I was a girl from the countryside with no experience. You gave me this opportunity, boss. If not for you, I would have struggled to find work. Plus, when my grandparents were sick and needed surgery, you gave me my salary in advance so I could pay for it. I am very grateful to you, boss, so I really cannot accept this.
Xiao Yu, anyone else in my position would have helped in that situation, but please, just take this as a bonus for your years of work.
Boss, I really can't take it. Besides, I'm just a nanny, and you already pay me a very good salary.
Xiao Yu, you are truly such a kind person. Let's put work aside for a moment and just chat. Sure, boss. Xiao Yu, do you know what day it is today?
Today is my 5th year working here, right?
That's right, today marks your 5th year here with me. Do you remember when you first came to apply for the job? It was pouring rain that day. I remember you were soaked through when you arrived for the interview. Oh, yes, boss. I didn't expect you to remember that so clearly. Time really flies. 5 years have passed in a blink. I also remember that when you came here, you brought me a lot of cured meat and sausages.
Those are just specialties from my hometown, and they were all made by my grandparents.
They were really delicious. You don't get to eat those very often nowadays.
Oh, boss, if you want some, I can ask them to make more the next time I visit, and I'll bring some for you.
Oh, no, that's too much trouble. It's no trouble at all. They're just homemade things and don't cost much. By the way, Xiao Yu, I wanted to ask, I remember you were only 23 when you started working here, right?
Yes, that's right. Look at you now, you're 28. Have you ever thought about going on blind dates, finding a boyfriend, and settling down soon? Regarding blind dates, my family has introduced me to a few, and I've tried meeting some, but as soon as they saw my family's situation, my grandparents are ill and I have to put my younger sibling through school, they felt like I was bringing 3 burdens along, so they weren't interested. I stopped considering it after that.
You mean your blind date partners called your grandparents burdens?
Xiao Yu, I advise you to think about this very carefully. You see, you must never be with a guy who doesn't know how to respect his elders. It was our grandparents who raised us when we were small, so we should take care of them when they're old. How could they be burdens? Don't you agree? So, I think you really need to give it some serious thought. I understand that logic, of course. After all, filial piety comes first. It wasn't easy for my grandparents to raise me, and I couldn't possibly abandon them. So, right now, I just want to work and earn some money out there, and then get their health back in better shape, that's all.
Fine, you really are something. Oh right, I have a friend who has a question, could I ask you about it?
What kind of question?
Well, my friend has been living and working with a girl for 5 years, and he's slowly started to develop feelings for her. But he doesn't know how to tell her. He's afraid that if he confesses, he might get rejected, and then they won't even be able to be friends anymore, right?
What's the big deal about that? If you like someone, just be brave and express it. Besides, they've spent 5 years together. They know each other inside and out. If he doesn't speak up and tell her how he feels, how is she ever going to know? If you don't say anything and miss your chance, wouldn't that be a huge regret later on? That's true. You're absolutely right. Exactly. Once you express your feelings, what if she likes you back? Then two people who love each other just naturally end up together, right? That's true. Xiao Yu, your boss has someone he likes too. Boss, you actually have someone you like? That's good. Look, it's been years since Xiao Beo's mom passed away. You really should find a mother for the child.
Xiao Yu, actually, the person I like is you. We've been together for 5 years, and since Xiao Beo's mom left, you've taken such great care of my home. You're so much like my ex-wife. You both share that same trait of being incredibly virtuous and filial. Boss, you're being way too humorous. How could you possibly like me? Look, I'm just a little nanny, and you're a big boss, handsome, young, and successful. There are lines of girls waiting to date you. It would never be my turn. Xiao Yu, I'm not joking. Look, I just said it. You and my ex-wife have one thing in common. You both know how to respect your elders and are good at managing a home, unlike those girls outside who are just after my money. Over these past 5 years, I've met other women too. They start off asking for houses and cars. They're not like you. And look, you've been here for so long, Xiao Bao already treats you like a mother. Why don't you consider giving it a try and seeing if things could work out between us? Boss, that's really not appropriate. Little Bao sees me as his mother mainly because I've been the one raising him all these years. Plus, I really do like him. Look at how well behaved he is. But boss, look, I'm just an employee here. I'm just a nanny. I don't think we're a good match, and I really can't be with you. Xiao Yu, stop calling yourself just a nanny. My parents have seen everything you've contributed to our family over these 5 years. Boss, let me ask you one thing. We've been together for 5 years now. Do you have even the slightest feelings for me in that way?
Boss, the truth is, your parents have been so kind to me all these years, so I treat them like my own family, which is why I take care of them. And when I'm busy, you always go to my house to check on my grandparents, bring them treats, and you're always giving me bonuses. Honestly, after all these years, your whole family has treated me like one of your own. It would be a lie to say I have no feelings at all, but given our relationship, I just can't take that step. Xiao, look, you've been taking my child to and from school, and you've been carrying him since before he could even walk. He already sees you as his mother and simply can't do without you. Look at us now, you need a home, and I need a home too. As long as you have even a little bit of feeling for me. Why don't we consider starting a family together? But boss, you know about my family situation. I still have a younger brother to put through college, and I have my grandparents. I have to buy their medicine, which is quite an expense. If I marry you while supporting them, we'll just be a burden to you. I can't drag you down, boss.
Xiao, don't call the elders in your family a burden. It wasn't easy for them to raise us. I'll handle all of that once we're married, so you don't need to worry at all. I understand that, but I still feel like I'll only be holding you back. Are you worried about something?
Look, if I were to be with you, your colleagues, neighbors, relatives, and friends would definitely think I'm only with you for your money.
Well, how about this, Xiao Yu, let me think of a way. Let's not worry about what those youngsters say. After all, this is a major life decision. Let's ask the older aunts and uncles. They've been through marriage and are much kinder. I think they can give us some great advice. Why don't you go ask those older aunts and uncles?
Alright then, boss. Yes, aunts, grandpas, and grandmas, this person in front of me is my boss. It was hard for me to find a job back then, and my grandparents were sick and needed money. My boss hired me to be a housekeeper at the company and even gave me an advance on my pay to help cover my grandparents' medical bills. If it weren't for my boss, I really can't imagine what would have happened. I am truly grateful to my boss. Now, he's suddenly confessed his feelings to me. Honestly, after being together all these years, I've developed feelings for him too, but because of my status and having a few dependents at home, I feel like I'm not good enough for him. Other men have looked down on us, so I really don't know what to do. Aunts and uncles, please give me some advice and help me tap here, especially the plus sign under the profile picture. If you tap it, I'll have the courage to try being with my boss. If you don't, then I guess it's better to just stay as boss and friend. What do you think, boss?
Fine, I'll go ask as well. If the aunts and uncles today could all tap the buttons on the right, especially the plus sign under the profile picture, it would mean they are blessing us to be together. Can we try being together then?
Sure.
Great. I believe the aunts and uncles will definitely give us some good feedback. By the way, Xiaobao is getting out of school soon. You don't have to work or cook today. We'll go pick up Xiaobao and eat out. Alright, boss, let me go change my clothes. Let's go.